Hi, I'm Dr. Nicole Vane of Moonlight Beach Dental, and I wanted to go over a few things with you before you have a surgical extraction or PRF or PRP, which is platelet-rich fibrin or platelet-rich plasma blood draw done. We have some preoperative instructions as well as postoperative instructions. Before your appointment, a couple of things are very important. When you come in and have your blood drawn, one, if there's any special notes about a venous draw that you've had in the past, meaning if someone's ever had a really hard time finding your veins, that's important to let us know. If you're someone who frequently bruises, that's really important to let us know. It's really important to have a lot of water the day before and the morning of. Really front load with water. The more hydrated you are, the plumper your veins are, the easier your venous puncture is going to be, and also the better quality of the blood clot that we'll get. The other thing to keep in mind is what you're eating the morning before. Anything that we're spinning goes into your bloodstream like fat. And so fat, if you have a high fatty meal thinking, oh, I'm gonna be numb, I'm gonna eat a huge breakfast sausage biscuit before my dental appointment so I'm nice and full, we don't actually want you to do that. Fatty foods, when they're spun, put a lot of lipids into the clot, and that's not something that we want. So you want to make sure you have a proper breakfast. You could have eggs, egg whites, you could have a smoothie, but just don't have anything that's incredibly fatty. Keep in mind that before your extraction also, we're going to want to make sure you have some softer foods at home to have afterward, as we don't want to disturb the clot. So you might want to pre-pick up some things that will be comfortable for you to eat in the days following your extraction. The 72 hours afterward are the most critical for healing. One of the final things to consider is if you're going to need a prescription beforehand, you can pick that up. So when you leave here, you don't have to go and pick anything up at the pharmacy. And then one of the most important factors in healing is going to be some of our homeopathics, but also the vitamin D3 K2 box. We do have the supplement box here, but 40% of people are deficient in vitamin D3 and K2, and those are the most important factors for bone healing and bone stitching. We want your extraction and your blood draw to go as smoothly and as easily as possible. So by having the vitamin D3 and K2, the K2 affects your clotting factors. The D3, which we would normally get from sun, but most people aren't outside enough anymore, we really want to hyperdose on it so that you're getting the maximum amount available for your bone healing. This is the one that's recommended. So ideally, if you have the time before an extraction, even if it's just a matter of a week beforehand, we want to start you on this kit. So the top researcher in PRF is Rick Miron, and he's written all of our textbooks. He does all of the lectures with Dr. Picos also. And what they found is the D3K2 is such a critical part in healing statistically with how people do, regardless of other complicating factors like diabetes, smoking, and other things that can cause very delayed wound healing. The D3K2 is actually even more of a factor. So this box has instructions on it to front load. It has a lot more things mixed in than just the D3K2, so you get the maximum compounded absorption of them. So I wouldn't really recommend just trying to go to the grocery store and taking the vitamin D soft gels that you can get there that are much less expensive. This whole kit is $100 and it'll last you 8 to 12 weeks. So very affordable. But the D3K2, it's really important to front load with that if you can on ideally a week before to 4 weeks before your tooth extraction to aid in the optimal bone healing. Thank you for watching this preoperative appointment instructions video, and it's really important that you watch the following video with the postoperative instructions so that we can ensure everything about your extraction goes smoothly.